All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Survival Radio Network. I am Paula G, and we are here at the Dream Project at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis. And sitting with us this morning is Andrea H. Evans, and she is a registered patent attorney. We were having a conversation earlier, and she was telling us a little bit about what she does. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. So we were talking a little earlier about intellectual property, and a lot of people are asking, what is intellectual property and why should they be aware of it?
Sure. So that's a great question. Intellectual property is divided into three parts: patents, trademarks, and copyrights. Simply put, you patent an invention, trademark the names of those inventions, and copyright written materials. Now, why your viewers need to understand what intellectual property is first, there's value in intellectual property. Many entrepreneurs have great ideas and they just don't know how to protect them. So it's key that they seek out the help of an intellectual property attorney. Things that you can do with real property, Paula, you can do with intellectual property. So you can license it, you can assign it, you can sell it, you can will it. So it's extremely valuable and extremely important that people sit back, take a look at their portfolio and assess it to see what they have and what value it has.
So can you give us an example of, like, specifically what an intellectual property is, and then kind of walk us through the process of protecting it?
Sure. So let's start with patents. So like I said, patents protect inventions.
Okay.
All inventions, as you know, aren't patentable, but some of you may have the next big idea, which I hope you do, and I hope you call me to help you with that. So if you do have the next big idea, the first thing is to figure out, do you really have something that's patentable? Now what that means is it useful and solves a problem? All inventors have inventions that are useful and solves problems. That's something simple because you created it because it was necessary. But second, is it novel? So a lot of people don't realize that means, is it new? So is there something identical like that? It doesn't even have to be patented. If you see something on the store shelves and you go to an attorney and say, oh, now I want to patent that, it's not novel. So that's the second standard. The third standard is it needs to be non-obvious. Now that's the tricky part where you still need an attorney to help you, but the standard is, would it be obvious to one of ordinary skill in the art to take what's out there and combine it to make the invention? Now that's a mouthful, but there's certain things that are inherently obvious. Changing the size of something, changing the shape, changing the color. If that's all you're doing with the invention, it's not going to be patentable. So just to kind of recap, it needs to be useful and solve a problem, it needs to be novel, and it needs to be non-obvious. So that's for inventions. Now, if you want to move on to trademarks, I can too.
Well, we're going to just throw that out there and leave that out there for our audience. If they want more information, how can they get in touch with you?
Sure, you can reach me at evansiplaw.com. And when you go to my website, if you subscribe to my firm's newsletter, we'll give you a free ebook that's going to dispel the myths about trademarks. So that's perfect because we didn't get a chance to go into that. But
Just give them a little tease.
Right, exactly. But I want everyone out there watching to know that if you have a brand, you need to protect that. Often people think just because they create a business or they own a website, that means they own the trademark, and you don't. So you want to make sure that you do that. And I look forward to hearing from you all at evansiplaw.com.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis, the Dream Project. Thank you.